Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated.
Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So today we are going to be replacing the license plate light on the Charger and maybe someday on the Challenger. First off, wanted to show you the ride here. Took it to the car wash and it looks a whole lot better. It's actually like nice driving it around, like it looks all shiny and nice. But license plate lights here, let's check it out. So I think the factory ones are probably LED, but of course, like everything, it's just a small LED because they're not trying to set any records or do anything cool. But I always like the look of like a nice bright license plate, like lights up the ground, and it just kind of gives the car a cool look. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. So this whole thing comes out as a unit. So there's just a little thing here where you can pull. Okay. Pretty simple. Of course, it's connected right there. Get the focus, but just one of those standard connectors. Looks like you'll probably have to get a screwdriver in there and pull the pin back. Okay, so just to show you, there's just connected to a little plug, and this, of course, it's just going to be a matter of getting. Not sure if you guys can see that much, but getting a screwdriver in there, pulling the little tab back, and this should be easier for you because you will probably have two hands, and you got it off. So you see just a single little LED. But let's take it inside and I'll show you the new ones, and we'll do some comparisons on brightness, just like looking at it on the bench, and also see how much more current or less, I'm sure it's going to be more, that the new ones draw. Okay, so here we have the new ones, and just full disclosure, I sell these on my store, and I'll link to the ones from my store, but you can get these anywhere. I'm not the only seller of them. I'm a reseller, of course, so you can get them from me, but they're all the same ones. If they look the same, then they're the same. But here they are. So you can see these have a whole bunch of little LEDs in them. Side-by-side comparison. So let's see first how this one looks and what kind of power it draws, and then we'll check the other one. Okay, so here is the factory one. Try to put it in a way that gives a good sense of the brightness. So we can set up the other one the same way. So how about like that? Let's do the auto exposure. Put this guy like right here. Okay. So, all right, there we go. So this is the factory one. And what it's drawing is, you see 13.5 volts, 0.06 amps. So we'll see what the other one does. I think it was about like that. There we go. Clearly it's like an insane amount brighter. Like, I mean, it's like kind of blinding. It's uncomfortably bright. And as such, 0.13 amps. So it does draw more power. So that's something to keep in mind for like, I guess when we're talking about the battery situation, I do have, at least have LEDs, the side marker LEDs, but I don't know what those draw. I only have them on one side, as you guys know. I need to put the other side on. Maybe when I do that, I'll check the amperage too. So maybe, you know, the sum of all the little things you do like that can, you know, kind of eventually end up equaling a big amount. Just for like the short durations the car sits there with the lights on, like the running lights. Especially at night, like I mentioned, I have my timer set at 90 minutes and clearly, or 90 seconds. And clearly if it's sitting there for 90 seconds with all the lights on, and I got stuff like this drawing twice as much power, that's gonna be a factor of some sort. It shouldn't really matter, but you know, it could be just a tiny factor. And plus, you know, you multiply this across a few different things, it can be an extra half amp, which isn't a lot, but you know, adds up. All right, I was just taking some before pictures, so I put the old ones back in, the stock ones back in. I covered up the plate for that. So I just figured we'd just take a second look at it, and I'm gonna see if I can just get the camera set up to where, so we can do like a side-by-side comparison, and like the angle and everything's perfect and the same. All right, just taking these, the factory one out again. All right, so factory one, and now for our new one that draws an extra, whatever it is, 5-6 amps, 0.056 amps. All right, so to install the new ones, I just kind of figured it out from the old one. Just hold the clip with like your finger, and then just push the new one in, and then just pop it in with your finger. Pretty simple. Let me just make sure that works. And it looks like we're working. Let me seal it up. Alrighty. Alright, so here is the final product. Let me take this off. See, that's how you can tell it's super bright, because the ISO adjusts like insane and makes like everything super dark, because it is really bright. So here we go. Got all those LEDs in there, and it is actually it's bright. It's definitely a lot brighter. Like, there's no question about it. But it's not like, you know, insane blinding bright. Like, it's just a nice little additional brightness. Let me give you another example on my wife's car. So you see, as you can see, her little dim expired plate. It's not all that bright. You can see on the ground kind of what it's lighting up. See there? And you can look over here. And not really a good example because there's light everywhere, but it's brighter. You could tell. Looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with it. Yeah, definitely looks a lot better than that. I mean, that, like, very little brightness. Like, you can see what it's lighting up on the ground. It's like hardly anything. Then if you come here and look what it's lighting up on the ground, you see a huge lit area. And that's even with this light interfering. The ones for the other side will be coming soon. I know I have to do it. It is a lot cooler than it was. So I don't mind being out here doing stuff nearly as much as I did, because I don't really like working in the heat. So you can do more stuff to the car, and that's a win. And hopefully it will stop raining so we can take it to the track, or maybe get some good Mexico runs, something like that. But anyway, that's going to be it for now. Just wanted to install those lights. I think that's going to look pretty good. But as far as other things that are drawing additional current, I think that's it. Just the side marker lights, you know, on top of whatever junk I have in the car running. So, but just something to think about when you add extra LED lighting and stuff. You know, what kind of extra power is it drawing? And do you need to upgrade your battery accordingly, or at least think about it or something? Like, I don't know. I thought the battery in this thing was like bulletproof and I'd be fine, but I was wrong. So that's gonna be it for now. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Peace.
Just a pilot in this cockpit seat. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated. Weed is engaged in the pavement. Rubber escorts like I'm seeking arrangement. Push the gas, escalate the gauges, escalate hits on a cam.